color photographs, I-864, I-765, evidence of inspection, admission, or parole in the United States, i.e., entered legally. That's what they're saying here. How do I get an arrival departure record for more information? In addition, if you've already been approved for an immigrant petition, you must submit a copy of the approval notice sent to you by the USCIS. That is the I-130, especially in a marriage-based case. It is an I-130 they're talking about. If someone else is or has filed a petition for you, if approved, will make an immigrant number immediately available to you, you must submit a copy of the completed petition that is being filed for you. Such applications include only immediate relative, special immigrant juvenile, or special immigrant military petitions. This is what we're talking about right now. They're giving us the thing that you must submit a copy of the completed petition. That is the I-130. We are going to complete the petition. We're going to submit it with all those other documents that are up here, right? And the whole thing is going to be a packet to become a permanent resident. If you're admitted in the United States as a fiancé citizen, you must submit a copy of the fiancé petition approval notice. Okay, we're not dealing with fiancés here. Asylees and refugees we're not dealing with. Cuban citizen or native. Well, let me back up. The fiancé, I mean, this application for I-485 and all of these applications we're going through can be used in the context of a fiancé visa application. The only difference is that instead of doing the I-130, you're going to again attach a copy of the approval notice of the fiancé visa application, which is an I-129F. So that's true. Then we got Cubans, natives. If you've been a continuous resident, that's what they call registry. If your parent became a lawful permanent resident after you were born, okay, that doesn't deal with us. If your spouse became a lawful permanent resident after you were married, okay, that's really not the situation that we're talking about. We're talking about marriage to a U.S. citizen. Please note there are certain eligibility requirements down here in this fine print for using Form I-485. Boy, are there. And we're going to dig into those. So without any further ado, this is the big picture. I want to make sure you understand the context of what we're doing here, just to keep you on track, with understanding what we're doing, why we're doing it. Now, related links over here, you got all the forms. So this is a great thing to do. You can just go right there, I-485. Another way to get there is to click on immigration forms like this, scroll down all the form numbers, I-485. And I like to do it this way because on immigration forms, when you click it, you have this other information here, and it's important information. Who to pay the fees to, Department of Homeland Security. And it says take the time to read the general directions. We always read the general directions on our forms, and this is just something so important. There's so much information on the directions. We've got to read those. Signature requirements, okay. We're instructing you may pay $80 biometric fee. That's a good thing to know about. Some forms may be available for electronic filing. We're not doing electronic filing on these forms. We're doing them all through the mail. Most of our forms are fillable on computer. That's great. You'll need the latest version of free Adobe Reader to use these forms. And if you don't have that on your computer right now, pause this and go ahead and download it. Get Adobe Reader on there. You might need to restart your computer to make it run right. So get what you need to do to get Adobe Reader up and going, because you're going to want to use that for sure to go through these forms. The forms below are not in normal numerical order. Well, we can figure that out. Oh, listen to this. Warning. Many non-USCIS websites offer immigration forms. Some will sell you a downloadable form for a fee. These sites are not affiliated with USCIS, and these sites may not have the latest versions of forms. In some circumstances, use of older forms may result in your application or petition being denied or delayed. The latest version of these forms is always available on www.uscis.gov. This is where we're coming from on this. I have checked out those forms. I checked out those websites. I bought the whole package to check them out. Part of what's driving this right now is the realization that so many people, if they go with that stuff, are really going to get blown away. They're not going to get what they're trying to do. The forms are old. The instructions are wrong. They're incomplete. They're not giving you real information. And they're charging a lot of money for those forms. So this warning right here is really a public service announcement to not do those. And those form sites are very, very popular. So we want to make sure that we are directing you here to this site, showing you how to get on this website, educating you on how to use this website, so you are getting the most current form. Because this is all about the forms. Immigration law is all about the forms. And that's what's beautiful about it, but man, if you make a mistake on it, heaven help you. Okay, here's our form, I-485. Look at this big instruction thing here. $930 to file this form. That is a hefty filing fee, plus a biometrics fee of $80. The fee total is $1,010. Exceptions are listed below. There is no fee for applicants who are filing Form I-485 based on having been admitted to the United States as a refugee. Well, that's generous. Applicants 79 years or older are not charged a biometric fee. Okay, old people don't need to get their fingerprints taken. The fee total is $930. Applicants under 14 years of age filing with the I-485 application of at least one parent have a fee total of $600. So for under 14, there's a different fee here. You got to know that if you're filing for your kids. Now, this tutorial is just about marriage to a U.S. citizen, and we have another tutorial that talks about the issues for children. But that's a heads up on one of the issues there. Not filing with the I-485 application of at least one parent have a fee total of $930. So those are the fees. 52708 is the new version that they're using. Previous editions accepted. They're also generous on that. You'll see here, this one, I-508, they say down here, versions other than the 52705 edition are not acceptable. There's a lot of forms out there that are actually not acceptable. So let's dive into here. Application to register permanent residence or adjust status. Purpose of form: to apply to adjust your status to that of a permanent resident in the United States. Yes, that's what we're going for. Okay. Filing fee, we just went through that. Where to file? Special instructions. Form I-485 application to register permanent residence or adjust status. We go through this stuff on the procedures, okay, because eligibility category here, right? Filing addresses. Look, there's a lot of information here, but basically you're going to use for this the USCIS lockbox addresses right there. Because we are a spouse, parent, unmarried son or daughter of a U.S. citizen with approved or concurrently filed Form I-130. We're putting that I-130 on top, the I-485 underneath, and all the other forms, and this is where we're sending it to. So it's and this is the latest thing, and when they switch these all the time. So again, it's really important to be using this website to be getting your information on. Okay, so we got two highlights here. Download instructions for completing Form I-485 or download the I-485. So let's start with the instructions. We're going to go in. There's a 10-page instruction manual on how to do this form. We're going to go through it. And